Welcome back, watchers and listeners. We are kicking off our second guest series, our fantasy football series. So we're welcoming on our good friend Sam. How you doing, buddy?
Sammy. Oh, I'm doing well. I'm pretty hyped to be talking some fantasy football here. April's
Let's.
the perfect time of the year to start talking.
It's never too early.
It's never too early. All the fantasy accounts I follow have been locking stuff in, putting stuff out there. Before we get into our NFL news, how many fantasy champions and podiums do we have between the three of us?
Oh, we don't count podiums. We're from New England.
I couldn't tell you about
From
the
New
podium.
England, Emma. We count championships only.
Okay.
We each got two in the modern era.
Yeah, we have the Common Era and then the
BC.
BC, which is before we were the 10 men that we are today.
Okay.
So Sammy has one extra BC, but I don't like to count that one.
Okay,
We
so
have-
you
We
guys
have
each have
two
two.
as a 10 man.
Yeah.
Two is a 10 minute. I've got one, so we're pretty qualified here to
Yeah.
talk some
Four
fantasy.
between both of us, though.
We're fighting for the belt right now for
Yeah.
our league. We'll see. This might be one of our years.
Yeah, well, we'll get into all that later. We should probably start with some NFL news. Again, it got really slow, and then it just came hot again.
I mean, that's how they do it. These teams, these GMs, they're like, all right, we're not in the news. Let's do something crazy here.
Yeah, they're going Jerry Jones on it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you guys with this one first. Cole and I touched on it on our last pod. How are you feeling about these now approved ref rules and the fact that we're probably looking at replacement refs and New York will be able to call in?
I'm praying it's a big bluff. The NFL's last ace up their sleeve, like pushing the NFL or the referee association's hand and just being like, all right, we don't care at all. But, it's hard to imagine. It's hard to believe we're not going to recognize a single ref on TV this year. And it's going to just be...
I think it's happening. I don't think it's a bluff.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. Sometimes what are these refs? Why are they being so stubborn? I feel like there does need to be some compromise. Like, I agree with them. They should be paid like they're full-time employees, higher salaries, right? If we're asking more of them. And then, yeah, there should be a level of accountability for mistakes made in games.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking for. A level. Like, that's where it's just, I don't agree. Like, I'm sure the NFL is fucked up in some senses around this, and maybe Roger Goodell is being the bad guy, but I'm kind of with him in some elements. There's too many controversies. There's too much money bet on this. There does just need to be like a level of accountability across the board for officiating that raises the stakes for them in the game. Don't get it wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I don't
absolutely.
know.
Sammy, how do you think it's going to affect the viewer experience, New York calling things in?
I really hope it doesn't slow down the game more. I think it might.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot more of whatever his name is, that guy they always bring in the rules specialist.
Gene.
Gene.
Yeah, Gene.
Honestly, big winner, Gene.
Yeah, dude's getting paid this year.
Every rules analyst for every broadcast agency should be negotiating their contract right now. They're about to get a lot of screen time. No,
Yeah.
I think we're all pretty on the record that we don't like this.
Yeah, and I feel like anytime there's more instant replay involved, it's sort of like opening Pandora's box a bit, where it's like there's always another angle and a slower, picture that you can look through, slower video, whatever, and you're never gonna... It's just gonna make it more confusing. Like, you're never gonna...
absolutely.
If it's a close call, you need to just call it and stand by your call.
Exactly. Embrace the human error of sports.
Yes.
I could see us going in a full circle where over the next 5 to 10 years, everything is fully automated.
Yeah.
And then in the next decade, the new commissioner is like, you know what? We're going back to old school, no video replays.
that.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a conversation every year with the new tech that's coming in, what can be reviewed.
It'd be interesting if they tested, no video replay in college or something like that.
Yeah, or the
The
preseason.
one bright side is all those conversations were coming. We're testing it out this year. This is
Yeah.
full on. New York can make any call. What does this feel like as a fan? There is a world where it's like, you know what? Most calls, people, they got right. because New York looked at it. Like there's a chance it's okay. I do think that's on the board.
Yeah, I'm just with Sammy though. I don't want it to slow down the game. Football's great because
100%.
it's high stakes.
Yeah, and just the wondering after every play. Like, are they going to get a call? As a fan of your team, every play is going to be like, he touched him! He touched him! Like, literally, like...
Oh, yeah. I mean, as soon as the Chiefs are good again, there's going to be some sort of DPI that just...
Don't worry, you got time. You got time.
I don't know. Looks like we're trending up. Vegas likes us a lot more than they like you.
Yeah.
I know here's some guy that Vegas would love if the Patriots got, though. Just a quick talking point. Browns restructured Myles Garrett's contract. They're still maintaining Jimmy Haslam that he's not trading Myles Garrett ever. But basically, it's a little convoluted, the contract, but it essentially makes him more tradable by shifting around his option bonuses and changing his base salary.
Yeah, I mean, from what I understand about it, it basically, there's no reason to really do it unless a trade is on the board. But at the same time, it is just smart business. Like, we're not going to give him this $30+ million bonus if there's a world where he walks out the door. So you're just waiting for the season to start and you know that he's officially on the roster.
Yeah.
But then that thinking totally contradicts this idea that they're never trading him ever. So... Now it's on the board. 100%.
I haven't thought about that, but I'm going to start by saying, Sammy, are you a Shador guy? Because Cole and I have shaved years off of our lives arguing about Shador. Are you a Shador guy?
I've heard that argument before between you two. So, I think he has the ceiling to be a really good NFL player. I think he's got all the physical traits. I think he really could be a great NFL player.
See...
Do I think he will be a great NFL player in the situation he's in?
Yeah, I mean, no one can be. Look at Baker.
I don't think that. Yeah.
My thing about Shador's traits, though, he's mobile, but I wouldn't call him a rushing quarterback. In fact, I would say a ceiling like that would be like a Joe Burrow. Like, Joe Burrow can scramble, but he's not scrambling all the time. And also, similar to Joe Burrow, Shador doesn't have the biggest, strongest arm. He's very accurate, but he's not going to wow you with a downfield throw like Josh Allen or Caleb Williams. Like one of these guys who's just arm strength, arm strength, arm strength. So I'm not in love with the traits or the leadership. Those are things I have issues with, but I think he, like, the accuracy, he could be an NFL quarterback. But this brings me to, I think Myles Garrett is a Brown in 2026. And I think if Shador Sanders is good, he's a Brown in 2027. Does that make sense? Like, they're testing out this sophomore quarterback. There's no reason to get rid of your best player, the best defensive player we've maybe ever seen, if your quarterback can be good. But if he's not, blow it up.
Is Shador their quarterback? Like, do we know that? I don't think so. I mean, I believe in him. I think he should be. I'm on the record there, but I don't know. Like, I feel like that's even...
I saw the Deshaun Watson thing, that he has a chance to start. I mean, if I'm the Browns, I'm not starting Deshaun Watson. I'm seeing what I have with Shador.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, you can't start Deshaun Watson.
But it's either going to be Deshaun or Shador.
Okay, then I feel pretty good about that. What about the draft? Don't they have picks?
Yeah, there's a lot of analysts are saying, like, oh, they should take a chance on Ty Simpson. I don't
hate that, honestly, but...
I don't hate it. I do think the Jets are going to snatch him, or the Rams. I think that the Browns can't use their 6th overall pick on Ty Simpson.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
Yeah. So, my whole take is I basically think that they should see if Shador's good this year and then maybe trade Myles Garrett. But if Deshaun's a factor, it's like, then I don't even know. Just blow it all up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, no, I think if that's the situation right now, I think it's definitely Shador. And I agree with you. I mean, if Shador is bad, but again, it's been that the whole way with the Browns. It was always like, hey, your roster's so bad, you probably shouldn't be paying Myles Garrett. And then they're like, 5-year deal, as much as you want, keep it coming. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. So I could just see them doing it still.
I mean, as a football fan, I'd rather see Myles Garrett somewhere else, but at least he's staying there and not wrecking games, so.
Yeah, facts.
Okay, let's go to the next great AFC West quarterback. Tall, accurate, super Christian, really good guy. And no, we're not talking about Fernando Mendoza. We're talking about Kirk-o-Chainz to the Raiders. How we feeling about Kirk, Sam?
How old is Kirk now?
He's
late 30s.
He's around Stafford. I think he's a little older than Stafford, right? So like 30,
Yeah.
37.
He's not young.
Oh no.
I mean, I love Kirk. I think he is one. I mean, he almost has like clean-cut Ryan Fitzpatrick vibes, kind of. If that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
he's just this like sort of loose cannon, but also really actually pretty good at
You
football.
like that?
And yeah, just like, I don't know. I never know where to go with Kirk. I mean,
Sounds like he might start week 1.
right. Well,
100%. You
Love
don't
it.
pay a guy like that.
Yeah.
Like, he has to start week 1, or this was the stupidest move I've ever seen in my life. Like, yeah.
I mean, let's go over a few names. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers. What do those 4 guys have in common?
they all sat.
They all sat. If I'm Fernando Mendoza, I want my name to join that list.
I hate him sitting the whole year. I think that's a big mistake by Brady if he is...
But Mahomes and Brady both sat a full year. Aaron Rodgers sat 2.
I think it's a different game now, and... I don't know. I just think that's too much wasted time to learn. Like, then your rookie season becomes that... I do think the game has changed a bit, and there's a lot on the quarterback, and also the quarterback's safer. Like, you're
Yeah.
not taking as many, you're protected as much as the NFL can at this point. Like, I just think you have to go make those mistakes. I like him sitting through week 7, maybe, but
I'm
he
a
needs
little
to.
more.
Mendoza needs to start this year, or you don't take him number 1. That's what I think. I don't think the sitting a whole year works for a 1.1.
I don't know. I really strongly disagree. I mean, but I'm thinking maybe week 14, like clearly the season's over, play a few games. I also wouldn't mind like a little fourth quarter, Raiders are getting blown out. Like Mendoza comes in just to like see the game.
I wouldn't like that at all. He needs his first game. He's 1.1. Like, his first game is his start, team is his. Like, the first time you see him in the NFL, that's what it needs to be, I think.
Do you believe in Mendoza, Sammy?
I do. Yeah, I mean, how many 1.1s like truly end up being full-on busts?
Kyler Murray.
A lot. So many.
Yeah. Is the
Yeah,
first
that's
one
true.
to mind.
Jameis Winston, right?
Yeah.
Jameis Winston's not a bust. Are you kidding me? 30
All
for
right,
30
you're right.
season?
Hell of a
That
career.
is-
Hell of a career.
Hell
Yeah.
of a career.
I mean, I think...
That catch he made last year on the Giants,
Oh, that was like play of the year.
that was insane.
No, I believe in Mendoza, but I also think the Raiders, even if they're good this year, like, there's not enough wins in the AFC West to go around. Even if the Chiefs still implode, there's not enough wins. Like, there's just simply not. So I just feel like don't put a pressure on him to win. I think Kirk will be really good
I don't
with
think
the
they'll
mental stuff. Like,
I don't think there'll be pressure to win. And I do like him learning from Kirk. Like,
Yeah,
I think
best
it's
mentor.
great. I just do think it needs to be between, like, weeks 5 and week 8 that you get Mendoza in there. I look at it like, you have the Jane Daniels season, so it's possible for guys to be good right away. And then you have kind of the failed, like, Caleb year and the Drake May 3-win year.
Yeah.
But they got to make all those mistakes and see the game and feel the pace. And then you saw this massive leap for them. So, like, I want him to make mistakes when there is absolutely zero pressure to win. Because then if you do start him after no starts his second year, there becomes a lot of pressure to win, kind of.
we didn't see Mahomes till week 16, and then the next
I think
year's-
Mahomes and Brady, they're the two best
They're
we've
just
ever
outliers?
seen. Yeah, like, I think that's kind of a coincidence, to be honest. Like, I don't
Okay.
think their careers would have changed that much if they just started. It's like they're the two it's only 2 guys, and they're the best. You know?
Would you put Aaron Rodgers in that group? Not in the greatness group, but in terms of not, like, he could have started right away.
Yeah, maybe. I do think Brady and Rodgers, too, it's so long ago that was a different sport.
Well,
Like,
then Mahomes and Lamar. Let's talk Mahomes and
yeah,
Lamar.
maybe that's better. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. I think week 8 is the earliest I want to see Mendoza. I'm thinking more like week 10
I'm fine
to 12.
with week 8. Yeah.
Week 10 to 12 is probably a sweet spot. Like, September and October football's behind you. That we have a shape of the AFC landscape, like a little more solidified on what the Raiders' expectations. I think week 10 to 12 I'd be okay with.
Do you think that decision is at all dependent on Kirk's play?
Yes.
Because if Kirk's cooking,
yeah, if Kirk's cooking,
if it ain't broke, don't
That's
fix
true.
it.
I mean,
like Kirk could be cooking.
Do you guys think Drake May would have gone in as soon as he did if Jacoby Brissett wasn't like actually dog shit?
Yeah, we were ready to see him.
Yeah.
He looked so good.
Well,
in,
at
like,
the beginning of the
preseason
season,
stuff.
Cole, you told me like you were expecting to see him week 8, week 10, then he's in there by like week 5, 6. You know what I mean? Like I do think it accelerated it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When you're a bridge guy, any like a mistake, you know what I mean? A game-losing play, like the fans want the next guy up. Like mistakes are heightened 100% when you're under that kind of like.
Well, going back
like
to
Brissett wasn't that bad, honestly. But
going back to Brissett when he was playing for Brady, when Brady was out on that suspension, he went what 3-1.
I think Garoppolo got the first start,
and that's also with like Pete Belichick defense.
Yes.
No, I'm not necessarily comparing, but I'm just saying like when you are the second or third guy up, you're playing your heart out.
Yeah, I do think they'd keep him in, but there would be a cutoff. Like,
yeah, I think that's
it would be
fair.
a disaster if Mendoza doesn't see the field this year. Like,
well, so I don't know if Kirk's gonna cook because this is. I mean, you played the Chiefs twice, the Broncos twice, the Chargers twice. You played the Seahawks, the Niners, the Rams. You played the Bills and the Patriots. This is the AFC West schedule this year. Like,
that's tough. That's tough.
So I think he could put up numbers and they still have a win by week 8.
Yeah.
They're not going to be great. Let's be real.
Yeah. So
Which, isn't a bad thing, you know what I mean? Get another good pick. No pressure on your first-year quarterback.
Get the best edge next year.
Look at the Pats.
Yeah, that's how we got Will Campbell. Exactly. Like, it's a good recipe, and I like what they're doing. Like an adult in the room for Mendoza. There's zero pressure.
He's got to be the best mentor they could have found for Mendoza.
Yes, exactly. So like, it feels like a real plan. Like Brady's going to develop this quarterback. Like they're not just like, all right, fix our franchise. You know what I mean? Like a lot of teams do. So I appreciate that. Yeah.
I've caught myself doing this too. Like, being like, Brady's going to do this, Brady's going to do that. Oh, I trust the Raiders under Brady. But he last year said he didn't have anything to do with last year's draft. Yeah. And I understand he's trying to get more control, but his ownership stake, I mean, he has the other billionaires he brought in that back up his stake, but he's still technically a minority owner. And like, how much do you think...
By a lot, yeah.
How much do you think Kubiak and whoever their GM is, Spytek, maybe? It's one of the Johns.
Yeah, I think
is
so.
Like actually going to like, do you know what I mean? Like, how much? Like, we all think of it because he's Tom Brady.
Oh yeah.
But how much do we think he's actually controlling?
Well, we were talking about this.
Yeah, we actually
earlier.
just had this conversation.
Yeah.
I think Brady has little to no power in actual decisions. I think his word is taken under very strong consideration.
I mean, yeah.
And I do think every decision makes it to his desk at the end of the day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He has to.
He gets the yes or the no. Like I do think that I agree.
don't think
he
gets the final yes or no though.
He's just an advisor.
I think he's just the most strongly.
That's right. He gets a word in.
Yes, and it's the most strongly considered.
I mean, even quarterbacks now in the league. There was a story that Lamar was really involved in Ravens offseason moves, and
Josh Allen was in
Josh
the
Allen, and then last week it got leaked that Mahomes is in that does draft meeting. It's like,
Powerful
of course,
player. Give it to him. Yeah.
It's like I think I trust Mahomes, Lamar, and Josh to like be part of that discussion, and like obviously Brady's tripled that and is older and is now fully an exec, so of course I want his opinion.
Yeah, I mean I do think probably the coach. Like I don't think he's coming up with every idea and like. He's not the GM, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, I thought they were going to draft Shador because he mentored Shador, but then Brady came out later and was like, I never really had interest in drafting Shador. So clearly, like, he also maybe told them that he didn't want to do that.
Yeah. So. It just, it feels like a well thought out plan.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. going to a team that my poor AFC West plays this year. I would say my NFC crush. As you guys know, I have to be a Bears fan because of Grace, but my NFC crush is the Rams. I'm Georgia girl at heart. I love Stafford, and his number one receiver just can't seem to stay out of trouble. Puka goes to rehab. What do we think of this story after he bit a girl and did anti-Semitic things and does video game to streamers and says racist stuff? Like, what to do with Puka?
Honestly, it's given me like almost Antonio Brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. It's kind of just like something's not. It's not AJ Brown or George Pickens. It's like it's a different. It's not just like diva receiver. It's like, oh, this guy has like a
demons.
Loose screw. Yeah, exactly. Like,
I mean, there's some videos like of him just like super drunk, like falling out of the car, and like we've all been there. We all like to have a good time, but we're not in the spotlight. We don't have a $50 million contract potentially like a year looking at us. Yeah. You could be young and dumb, but I think this has crossed a line. Like his aggressive behavior, his racist behavior, his anti-Semitic behavior, and of course, like these videos coming out where he just seems like out of control at parties and drinking.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for the spotlight. Maybe
that's what I was gonna say.
5th round pick,
yeah.
Nobody knew his name, and he's arguably the best receiver in the NFL now. Like
no one plays like him.
It's a lot, yeah. I hope he can get through it, because, I mean, he could have a 10-year career, win a Super Bowl MVP. Like, he has that level potential, like...
Yeah, and I mean,
Hall of Famer, yeah.
Let's look at the Rams. They drafted Jared Goff, high-level character guy. They traded for Matthew Stafford, high-level character guy. Aaron Donald, high-level character guy. They just traded for Trent McDuffie, who the Chiefs literally were like, we don't want to get rid of him. He's the nicest guy in the world, but we had to do this. Like, it is... The guys that they collect... are really strong character guys. So this is why I think this is such a red flag, because they have a good culture. They have Stafford's a great leader, McVay's a great leader, Les Snead's a great GM. This is truly like a sour grape in the mix.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I do hope he works through it. I do think, though, that contract is not coming until next offseason, if it is coming.
Yes. Is there any potential, because he went to rehab, is there like a court case, or is there any potential for a suspension coming, or is it just
you can't get suspended for going to rehab, but apparently the girl who he like allegedly attacked has since withdrawn the case. There's been mixed reports about this. I mean, TMZ is not a reliable source. It sounds like she is not pressing charges, and it might just go civil, and the NFL can't do anything about a civil case. But also, like, they don't want to punish... I mean, Max Crosby went to rehab, like, after his...
Oh, yeah, not for going to rehab.
Yeah. I just...
For biting.
That's like, oh my god. So I was a summer camp manager last summer, and I was in charge of the 4 to 5 year old division. Actually, I saw one of the kids out last night, very random. But I was the person who the counselors would bring the kids to when they were bad. I can't tell you how many boys I had to say not to bite people, but apparently we're still doing that at 23 years old.
Never learned, yeah.
So that's pretty fucking crazy. And
is Puka only 23?
He's got to be 23, 24. He's younger than us.
Yeah. We're getting old.
I know. I'm looking at these draft reports to prep for our mock draft, and all these things are like, this guy's too old, and he's like 24. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. That's how I felt watching March Madness this year. I was like, oh my god, these kids are young.
But my big takeaway is that I don't think Puka's getting paid this offseason. And if he doesn't get together, he's not a Ram in 2027.
Yeah. And the biggest loser is the Rams, because he's not going to hold the same trade value Oh,
another sneak peek to my mock draft. I do have the Rams taking a receiver with the Falcons pick. It's like pick 11 or 12 or something. Yeah. So.
Hey, you need like 6 weapons if your quarterback can't move, so they should.
Or if literally the best...
Puka, first round receiver.
They wanted AJ Brown. I mean... How long does rehab take? Is Puka there? You know what I mean? Like, who knows how it goes? So, yeah. Let's end with another NFC big dog that can't seem to stay out of the news. The Philadelphia Eagles, who last year, every time I saw a child wearing a Philadelphia Eagles shirt, I would death stare them. Now I just feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, oh. So, everyone by now has seen the ESPN article basically torching Jalen Hurts. Sirianni comes off not looking great either, saying that Jalen Hurts won't go under center. He's hard to coach. He doesn't do certain things. He has a standoffish attitude, not in with the locker room. Cole, as the resident Hurts guy, how are you feeling?
Honestly, I was more out on the Eagles by the end of the year than you were, to be honest. But
I just think when you're in the playoffs and you have a championship pass, I just trust you more than I trust other teams.
Totally. He really... I flip-flopped high-key on Jalen Hurts this year. And the reason is the way... I have a really good buddy who... diehard Eagles fan. And, seeing him and his other Eagles friends, when the fans don't like the quarterback, I do feel like he was the most anti-Jalen Hurts person I'd ever talked to. After he had just won a Super Bowl and went to another one, I don't know. The fans, I think, don't trust Hurts, which really gives me the ick because, I pretended to trust Mac Jones when he was my quarterback. You know what I mean? When they're your quarterback, I feel like you're supposed to just inherently love them. And,
yeah.
I don't know. I really liked Colin's take on it, which was, it's very Russell Wilson in Seattle by the end.
That comp just keeps proving more and more true.
Yes. It is verging on that where, maybe what I thought was, a really good... when they did beat the... I just thought he was so composed, right? When they beat the Chiefs and he walked in and the screen had all the Chiefs on it and you just see him, look up at it and, walk by, I don't know.
Oh,
maybe he was aura farming. It kind of is icky now. The more of that I see
I've always thought he's had a little bit of that, but to be honest, I've actually he's been my favorite Eagle. I think he's a really high level guy. I like that he's an all woman management team. I like his politics. I think he's he seems like a really great guy. He seems really into his wife, which I think as you get more into your partner, you spend less time with your friends. So maybe it takes you away from the locker room. But on the flip side of that, you see Mahomes really in with the locker room. You see Drake May really in with the locker room. Josh Allen, these guys who have wives we see all the time.
Right, exactly.
So I don't know.
Mahomes in the locker room trying to get away from his wife.
That's what happens when you have kids at fucking 23.
Sorry,
hey, I do love Brittany. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, Brittany's hilarious.
She is so herself, and that video of them courtside the games, Mahomes is I need you to have a good face.
Yeah.
I'm that's so
good.
I feel like we would like hanging out with her. She's just a little wild. But no, also when you got kids, I don't think you mind being in the locker room. Stafford's got 4 daughters. He's gonna be in the locker room. But these guys have wives and families, and the locker rooms love them. So I don't know if it's a wife thing with Hurts.
Yeah. Totally. I don't know. I do think it's a bad look. Hurts is too good to move off from. That can't be on the board. And so Sirianni can't be saying shit.
This is Philadelphia. What the fuck are you talking about? They will fire a coach after you win a Super Bowl. This Philadelphia fired Andy Reid and then he won 3 Super Bowls. They're cutthroat. They will move off him.
Off Hurts, you think?
Yes.
I think you just named a bunch of coaches. That is super different to me than moving off
Nick Foles, Carson Wentz, they were doing well when they moved off them.
They didn't go to 2 Super Bowls and win one and get a Super Bowl MVP.
Nick Foles did.
Yeah, but he didn't lead them there the whole year. He came in, he did a Joe Flacco run.
Philly moves fast.
I get it. That's a huge mistake, moving off of Jalen Hurts. I think, you can be unhappy with it and try to fix it in something. I don't know. I would not move off Hurts right now.
I wouldn't either, but I think they would.
No. Definitely not this year.
No, not this year, but what if 2027 is a disaster?
But now Nick Sirianni just said those things. You got 17 games scheduled with this guy as your quarterback. I don't like the vibes. I don't know.
All right.
I think it's a big mistake by Sirianni. I think, borderline, what are you doing, dude?
Yo, Sam, do you have Philly in the playoffs next year? Way too early predictions.
Ooh, that's a tough one. There's so much that goes into that. Is A.J. Brown still there?
That's true.
I think the Cowboys are winning that division.
Mm.
They have the best offense, probably the second best offense to the Bengals. And
they get a wild card.
Yeah, I think
it's still pretty loaded up. I do think
it'll be a
Devontae
disaster.
Smith is going to eat if A.J. Brown leaves.
Yeah, Eagles, I could see going either way. They could be like a 6-win team. If they lose Brown, vibes are still bad. Like,
They don't draft a good O-lineman.
yeah, Sirianni is reeling. I don't know.
I still like their defense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I love their defense. I
Yeah,
do think that
I mean,
they're a wild
they'll
card
keep
team
them
if
in
they
games.
make it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Cowboys could fall apart though. That's the thing. Like, is that their competition? The Cowboys? I don't know.
I mean, a lot of people are picking the Giants. A lot of people are picking the Commanders. That's honestly one of the more interesting divisions
true.
in football.
that is true. That is a very interesting race. Because,
Everyone's just mid, and someone will come out.
yeah, one team is actually going to take the step, and probably 3 are going to be like, God damn it again. Like, yeah.
That
Yeah.
actually brings me to a question that I just have been curious about, which is, do we think Neighbors returns to full performance next year?
I hope so. I like him a
Yeah,
lot.
I like Neighbors too.
But
I really like him.
But I don't know. I mean, here I am believing in Mahomes, but also he's not a receiver. It's like, it's so hard, like, because a leg injury to a receiver, that's just like, it could be career ending. Yeah. I think
I mean, he is young, though.
He's young.
Look
I
at
think
Tank Dell, though.
Yeah.
Like,
they could use him more as a slot guy, not just go routes, like over the middle mesh concepts. I think he'd be good at that. I don't know if his top speed will be there.
I think he will be back. He's got to be like 24, 23.
No, I think he'll be back, but he's proven to be injury prone. This actually teases our next segment. I will not be drafting Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Unless it's like a third round fall to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotta steer clear of those, though.
Any last Eagles thoughts?
They're trading AJ Brown to the Patriots by June 2nd. I think
or the Ravens.
I think it's the Patriots, but
I would prefer the Patriots. I think I honestly believe in Drake May more as a deep ball threat than Lamar Jackson, which maybe makes me sound crazy, but I've heard the Ravens are in the mix.
I saw that a little bit. Maybe it's because I'm a Patriots fan, that's my feed, but I keep seeing things. And honestly, somewhat reputable sources being like, it's happening, like...
Yeah, I saw that it's probably going to be an AFC team. Howie doesn't do a lot of in-conference ones. I think A.J. Brown's gone. I do think, though, if you're a disaster this year, you blow it up. And Philly has proven they're not afraid to blow it up.
Yeah.
But I like Hurts. I don't want them to move off of Hurts. But you do have to be the leader that team needs. And you do have to be okay with going under center. Yeah. I want the Chiefs to go under center more. This league is turning under center, like, over the last 2 years. Also, he doesn't want to scramble as much anymore. He's a threat with his legs.
Yeah. I don't know if I buy it. I don't fully know.
10 sources in the locker room, I buy it.
That they're all just, like, out on Jalen Hurts. It's so weird. I don't know. It feels like a Sirianni problem to me. Oh, locker room's out? Not everyone's committed? Sirianni. You know what I mean?
I am not a Sirianni fan. I think if I'm making a top 10 coach list, I don't care about his ring. He's not on it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Shall we get to some fantasy?
Let's do it. Finally.
This is going to be the first episode of our fantasy football series. We're going to be bringing on guests, talking some fantasy. We're going to do an episode later on how to get your girlfriend to play fantasy. My girlfriend has won more titles than me and has podiumed basically every time and has made the playoffs every time she's played. So that's pretty impressive. I'm in 3 fantasy leagues. One I'm in with Cole with our New York friends. Another one I'm in with Cole with a bunch of couples, which don't even talk to me about that one. And then one I'm in with my family, which is so much fun because I'm forced to talk to my family. What about you boys?
I think I got 4.
4?
Old college one, old friend one, New York one, and couples league.
Yeah. And that he won that one. What about you, Sammy?
Wow, I'm only in 1 league.
But hey, you
2-time champion.
Yeah, you dominate that one.
2.5 times.
Okay, settle down. And then, as you see Cole's hat, we actually went to the Fantasy Focus event this year in New York City. It was a lot of fun. Got to talk some ball.
Got to touch Daniel Dopp's beard in person.
Yeah, Field Yates smells really good. And when he met me and the boys, he said Emma's my favorite. And I did, in fact, blush.
He said my hair was nicer than his, though. So
yeah, but he liked that I was commissioner. So it's, I don't know.
Yeah, he liked your power.
Yeah, he liked my power, which is fair. I like my power, too.
Exactly.
So what we're going to do to kick off our fantasy episode is we're just going to each bring 3 do's or don'ts that we learned from this past fantasy season. we can expand on that. We're just here to talk fantasy broadly before all these teams are set. I mean, we don't even know the rosters, right? Yeah. So we dive right in?
Yeah, why don't you kick us off?
Oh, yeah. I've got a good one. I have one I'm very passionate about. And I'm going to say that I did this in 2 of my leagues this year. And it won me a league and got me a 1 seat in the other league where I lost in the championship. And then in the league I didn't do this, I think, how many games did I win, Cole? 3? Total?
Yeah, it was bad.
I didn't win a game until like week 10. It was really bad. So my first fantasy is do not leave the first 4 rounds of the draft without 2 running backs. And I almost want to say don't leave the first 3 rounds of the draft with 2 running backs. I am going double RB all day long. The league I won, I drafted Bijan first, Chase Brown second, and by the end of the year, I was blowing people out. I just think running back is so hard to come by. You know, you can get receivers on the waiver wire. People are way more likely to trade you a receiver than they are a running back. I'm never not anchoring my team again with 2 RBs to start. I'm going to say the first 4 rounds. What do you guys think of that?
I'm all in on wide receivers this year.
What? Why?
Sam likes the 0 RB. He's been talking about that.
I've had some bad luck going early with running backs.
It can go both ways, for sure.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know. It feels like you're bound to hit on one, and if you have 1 high-level running back, you're already better than half your league.
I don't disagree with that. I think there's a chance to get some real good wide receivers out there. I don't know. I'm a little torn on it still, but I think I would go receiver.
Who are some of your first-round crushes this year, like that you want to get over running back?
Sammy said, to take words out of his mouth, he would only leave with Gibbs or Bijan. No other running back goes before like a bunch of receivers.
Yeah, probably for me.
So he's only got 2 first-round RBs, basically. Like, other RB top 10.
I'm not drafting McCaffrey this year. I do expect Saquon to have a bounce-back year, though.
Yeah, but I think you could steal him at the turn of round 2.
I don't know. We're in a 12-man.
I still think you could.
What about you, Cole? I know you're a running back guy, too.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Emma. I think RB is pretty important. When you're playing the odds in the draft of, like, injuries, every player is injury-prone in fantasy football. Like, it's...
Yeah.
You can't even say prone anymore, because it's just, like, it's possible. You know what I mean? Like, I do think this was looking back at the end of this year, it was a pretty rough first round overall. Only a couple, like...
Besides, like, Bijan and Gibbs.
Yeah, McCaffrey, yeah.
Yeah.
But only a small few of the top 10 actually hit. So, like, I think stock up early on RB works well.
Yeah, and I'm down to stock up early, and then I took a few flyers this year, and ETN ended up hitting, and because I had Chase Brown and Bijan, I was able to trade ETN away for, like, a really good piece that helped me win the championship. So I like the idea of taking, like, starting out strong on running back, then wide receiver, all those, and then adding a few flyer RBs to see if they hit.
I like that.
Sammy, what's your first one? Is it going to be never draft a running back?
It's never draft a particular running back.
I like that.
Okay.
Being specific. That's important to remember. Last year matters. If you had the pick last year, don't convince yourself this year.
Oh, yeah, don't put yourself through pain again.
Yeah.
No.
Who you
And
got?
for that reason, I'm avoiding Ken Walker.
Ooh.
This is just targeted at me. I actually think Ken Walker is going to go pretty late for an RB1 since people are unsure about him.
I don't know. I don't love Ken Walker at all. And I think
This is just 'cause he's a chief.
I think an injury-prone running back who cracked 20 once in the regular season last year is not who I want to draft early on my team.
I agree. I think he's gonna, because of the trade to the Chiefs, I think he's gonna be overhyped in the narrative, and he's not gonna be worth the value.
I mean, the soonest I would take him would be the 3rd round, personally.
Yeah, I bet he goes before that.
Yeah, but I think in some drafts he doesn't. I think What's tricky about this, I feel like no one is in the middle about Kenneth Walker. Like, some people think it's a total bad move. Some people think it's a great move. I'm pretty in the middle. I think that he wasn't my first choice, but at the same time, he probably was one of the best RBs available. And I do think he's going to get a lot of touches with Bieniemy and trying to take the pressure off of Mahomes. I also think the Chiefs haven't ever gotten a loaded box. So I don't expect them to load the box on Walker. I think they're way more afraid of Mahomes than they are of Walker.
That's totally fair. I do think it's similar to like why people didn't want to draft Saquon this year after his amazing year. Like, this is the longest and best season of Ken Walker's career by a lot. Like, my expectation is that it goes back to the mean.
So I'm fine with the mean. I would love the mean.
I think it's a good move for the Chiefs, but I think in terms of fantasy, like, he's like a don't touch for me. I do agree with Sammy. Just because he was in the news, there's this there's too much noise around him for what his like value is most likely going to be, which is worse than what it was last year, I think.
I think that's true. I do think that he'll get more goal line looks than he got last year. We don't really have any goal line answers. I think we might QB sneak with Justin Fields. I think we might run the ball with Ken Walker and power, use Trey Smith to push that line forward. That's why we paid him. I think that it could be very little yards, but then like a touchdown upside. Like, I think he'll get more touchdowns in this past year, but maybe have less yards. Is sort of my take. But I also, again, think that he's going to get the advantage of Mahomes being his quarterback and get better looks.
Yeah.
He's also a terrible receiving back, which is...
That's fine. We got Brashard Smith if we want a third down back.
Oh, yeah. It's fine for the Chiefs, but not fine for
I
fantasy.
think the Chiefs made a good call in grabbing him. I think fantasy-wise... He is...
Not a lot of upside.
Not a lot of...
I think it's like a David Montgomery thing where he just could get like 2 touchdowns a game.
Yeah.
And then like... But other
I think he's a lot closer to David Montgomery value than to like first or second round RB value.
I do think David Montgomery will be good this year, but I think...
Yeah. But where are you drafting David Montgomery? Like 8th or 9th round? Like, I do think...
Oh, please, with a running back and a 12-man, probably 5th or 6th is where he'll fall, realistically.
You think? Okay.
Knowing our league running backs go fast.
Yeah, that feels like a lot for David Montgomery. How old is the Montgomery now?
I don't know, but
where did he get traded to?
He's in Houston, right?
Houston.
Oh yeah, no, he's RB2 in Houston. He's going 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, he's behind Woody Moore.
Then I love him as an RB2 because I think it's going to be a 1-2 punch. But as for Walker, he's not someone I'm trying to draft, but he's not someone I'm going to avoid if value's there. Like, if he's there in the 3rd or the 4th round, that feels like a no-brainer to me, but I'm not taking him as my 1st or 2nd pick. Totally. So I'm kind of with you, Sam.
All right, yeah. Coley, on to you.
Alrighty. Start with a little bonus one, since both of you have done this before. Don't trade Cole, your best receiver, and hand him a championship on a silver platter. If you're thinking about it, if you're even considering it, my best receiver for somebody who's
Nico Collins was not my best receiver.
It is about to be irrelevant. Don't do it.
Nico Collins was not my best receiver. I had Amon-Ra.
Okay, yeah, second best, top 2 starting receivers.
But this is the league. I went wide receiver, because I was like, how could I say no to Nico and Amon-Ra? Yeah. And then I couldn't win any games because they both were so boom bust, and I didn't have a running back. So you're right, but I'm not going to put myself in that situation. I'm not going to victimize myself by not drafting a running back 1st and 2nd.
I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. If you do. Just change your mind.
Won.
Trade me your best receiver.
Cole won that league, Sam, that I traded Nico Collins in for.
He did the same thing to me once.
Yeah, I fleeced Sammy. Greatest trade in the history of our league, honestly.
Greatest trade in the history of fantasy football.
Maybe. All right, that was just a joke one. I'll get to my real one. This year, I am steering clear of rookie running backs. They're always sexy. Jeremiah Love. Oh, no thank you. I am out on our rookie running backs. They're too hard to predict. Even Genty, Hampton, Henderson went way too early. Like, no, thank you. It's just not worth it. There's a better guy out there, right?
I avoided Genty in all drafts last year because I thought the schedule was too hard for a rookie running back, and I was right. I mean,
irrelevant from situation or schedule. Like, it's just you don't know what the production is going to be. It's hard to contribute at, like, a value of an RB1 your rookie season. I think teams try to steer clear of it a little bit, giving them that much production. Like,
My caveat is I would take a late round one as a flyer, as a chance.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Past 7th round, do whatever you want. Yeah, I'm like with one of your starting players. I do not want any of my starters to be rookie running backs this year, which is honestly a first for me. I'm usually pretty in on them.
Are you with him, Sammy?
Yeah, more or less. I think you're better off taking, a 7th or 8th round rookie running back after you've, maybe even farther than that, after you filled out most of your starters that you can stash and hope that they either pick up after an injury or
I have
blow up on the scene. But I don't think there's a lot of value in drafting a rookie running back as your RB1 or 2.
I have a scenario for you guys. Say you're in a 12-man league. You got the 10th pick. By the way the board falls, you take a wide receiver with your first pick. Just like all the top running backs are gone. Maybe you get like an Amon-Ra, Justin Jefferson, something like that.
Yeah.
So then the turn happens, and you're looking at the board, and the running backs are going fast, and you already have a wide receiver, and Jeremiah Love is staring at you as your second pick right after the turn. So you have to wait a while for a pick again. Do you draft him?
I guess my question for you would be like, would you rather Derrick Henry on your team or Jeremiah Love?
In this scenario, I think Derrick Henry's gone.
Really? He
Yeah.
was picked like 18th-ish. His ADP last season was like 18th-ish.
He finished really strong last season, which makes people draft him early.
I don't really have that memory, honestly. But maybe you're right. I feel like Henry's more of like a 15-ish guy. No catching upside, like old. But with that said, I'd rather Derrick Henry this year.
Oh,
than
me
Jeremiah
too.
Love.
I do think with Jeremiah Love, though, you're getting Robert Saleh. He comes from Kyle Shanahan. What does Kyle Shanahan do? He runs the ball with a bell cow running back. I think Jeremiah Love has upside this year, but I'm not taking him early.
It was the same narrative with Ashton Genty to Pete Carroll. It was like Marshawn Lynch, like this is classic Pete Carroll. It did not happen. He's a rookie. Like, no, I'd rather somebody I know is just like, I can count on 10 points at least. Or like
And that's my
15.
scenario of him going to the Titans, but I don't know if that's where he's going. But
Yeah, I don't know.
So you're out on Love.
I'm out on rookie running backs. I'm
Yeah.
not doing it to myself.
He's the only one that's going to go high.
Yeah. So yes, I'm out on Love.
Okay. That's fair. Okay. Here's my second one. Tight ends. I've got a lot of do nots. Do not, Emma, draft a tight end like early. Like, don't do it. I was all in on Hawkinson or Laporta this year, and both of them were not what I wanted, especially at the beginning of the season. Hawkinson was really a bust. I thought he was going to be a safety blanket for JJ McCarthy who can't throw, but it turns out he can't even throw enough to like get to his tight end, which means you really can't throw.
Yeah.
So my thing with tight ends, I don't know if I'm drafting one. I want to say before the 7th round. I just think there's so many
Not
guys.
crazy at all. I thought you were gonna say like top 100.
I mean, maybe even later than that. If someone falls to me again, that's great value. All these rules go out the window if like a great player falls to you at the 4th or 5th round.
I mean,
But-
there'll be good tight ends on the board in round 7. I think.
Well, then
That's
I'm
like-
waiting
that's
even
pretty
longer.
stark.
I'm not drafting one of these big name guys. Brock Bowers, I love him. Georgia Bulldog, he gets hurt all the time. They're just a little unreliable. And we've seen a pattern now of rookie tight ends going in like the 12th, 13th round and then being the number 1 tight end. So I'm out on planning to draft a tight end. Like, I'll be planning my draft around anything but that.
I'm with you. RB and wide receiver tenfold before tight end this year.
I'm going to draft a quarterback before I draft a tight end also.
Yeah, I like that too.
What about you, Sammy?
I have an interesting history with tight ends.
Okay.
I've now had 2 seasons where I've played for the majority of the season double tight end. Not in a row, but 2 seasons.
Okay, I mean,
First season I did that, I won the chip. The second season I did that was this past year, and I barely made the playoffs.
Well, I like what you're saying. I mean, this year I had Fannin and Kittle. I picked up Fannin. And I played them
kind
both.
of what you were saying. I would draft a tight end early,
Yeah.
which isn't what you were saying. But what you were saying is that I would then scoop up a rookie tight end late,
On waivers.
or on waivers, or late in the draft as a bench roll, and then they'd pop off, and I'd be forced to play a top 3 tight end and another top 3 tight end, or guess which one's going to go off each week. So I ended up with Mark Andrews and Sam Laporta when I won. That was when I won.
So a while ago. Okay, yeah.
Yes, years ago. And then I ended up with Trey McBride and Tyler Warren this past year.
Ooh, see, that's a no-brainer. That's just luck.
Yeah.
Yes, that was luck. And also me trying to screw someone in the draft. But that's an aside.
Yeah. Work.
It just... When a tight end is clicking, it feels so good. It's like a luxury 15-plus points that most people aren't getting that week. But it's just really...
It's a gamble.
Like you said, it's a gamble, and I think you're better off waiting for a later round and grabbing someone young or waiting for the first week or two of waivers.
Yeah, no.
Whoever looks good.
I agree.
I'm looking at young ones.
It can be the single biggest advantage in fantasy if you have, like, the tight end of the season. But it does feel like that it is just a crapshoot. That guy might be in round 14 or he might be in round 1. Like, literally, like, in the Kelsey days, you know what I mean? It was a big advantage to reach on Kelsey, have him. Or the Gronk days. It was like, if you had Gronk on, like, a good, healthy season, it was just like...
Or low-key, even, like...
But I agree, there's too much, like, we don't know. Bowers, I don't think, is that guy health-wise, and, like...
Well, yeah, the situation I fell into this year with 2 tight ends, I didn't draft any of them. I drafted Hawkinson, was really in on him with McCarthy because big body target. And then like I mentioned earlier, I had picked up ETN very late. I had 2 running backs already. So I flipped ETN for Kittle when Kittle was hurt and picked up Fannin on waivers. And then by the time Kittle came back, Fannin was good. So I didn't draft any of these tight ends, but all of a sudden they're both putting 20 points a week. So I'm playing them both, and it ended up setting me apart. But I did that outside of the draft. I just think it's better to target tight end outside of your main draft.
Once you see it, I agree.
So
Agreed.
Yeah. Make some moves, draft a flyer, pay on waivers. We do money for our waivers, so. Exactly. What do you got, Sammy?
All right, for my second, this is a sort of a do, sort of a don't.
Okay.
Don't draft a quarterback early unless it's Josh Allen.
What about Drake May? Just Josh Allen. What about Lamar?
Josh Allen.
Definitely not Lamar.
Josh Allen is the only quarterback I would take in the top 3
That's on
rounds.
my list. I'm taking no quarterbacks in the top 100 unless it's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I've never drafted Josh Allen. I just can't. I hate the Bills so much. I'm not gonna.
I get that emotionalized, but he is the best fantasy quarterback. He is the most reliable. He's broken in the game.
Well, yeah, he's a one-man show. Like,
I mean, there was 4 of them. It was Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels. If you took anybody but Josh Allen, you missed the playoffs with the 30. Like, basically, like it's that big of a gap.
I think Drake May is going to go really early.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, I took Drake May in almost every league last season except for the one I took Josh Allen in. But it was amazing because it was 100. Like,
yeah, I took Drake.
I'm not that interested in Drake May at his actual ADP value. Like, we were ahead of the game last year, but I do think that's just a lot scarier because
A.J. Brown could change that. A.J. Brown is Drake.
See, I think even you can have the best receiver. And it is like, if you're not running as a quarterback, like, do I really want you in fantasy? Unless it's like Joe Burrow. Like, I feel like he's the exception. Like, but that's why I like Drake.
Runs. His legs are a major
part of that's why I like Drake, because he runs. Like,
me
to
too.
me, AJ Brown has nothing to do with that.
I guess it depends if the ADP does have a gap between them. But if it's like the same cluster and Drake May is in that cluster with Josh Allen, like, if I don't get Josh Allen, I think I'm avoiding that first cluster of quarterbacks altogether.
Yeah, I think I'm a little different here. I like a mid. I've had success with like either a mid or a flyer. Like, I'm kind of interested in Joe Burrow this year because I think that he's going to have to throw 5 touchdowns a game to compete. So I like Joe there.
Yeah.
I really like Kyler on the Vikings just because I think O'Connell will use his legs, and I expect him to go later. But, like, again, it's these, like, mid to late round guys. I'm never drafting Josh Allen. I'm too far into Chiefs Kingdom. I'm not drafting Josh Allen.
Totally.
But I hear what you're saying. Quarterback is honestly the hardest position to figure out in fantasy.
Yeah. There's too many. If you're in a 10-man, there are too many good quarterbacks to take. Like, I want a backup running back on my bench and a backup receiver on my bench with my whole roster full before I take a quarterback. If I'm in a 10-man and I didn't get Josh Allen.
Yeah.
If 12-man is different. Like, you
Yeah, I
start
mostly
to
play
run out of
12.
starters, like guaranteed starters, I feel like.
Yeah, I mostly play 12, so I look at it through that lens. And it is harder to find your players. You have to. I feel like 12-man leagues really benefit people who know ball and know the rosters.
But even then, there's going to be guys that are on the waivers that are super serviceable and will have 30-point weeks, like, on the reg. Like,
I like leaving the draft with a late quarterback who I took a chance on. I don't think I've drafted quarterbacks in like the 4th or 5th round before, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't have answers on quarterback because I feel like it's the hardest one to nail down.
yeah. All right, that brings me to this. Going off my first one. Here are the RBs I am most interested in. And
Okay.
it is
I'm taking notes for our draft so I can snipe you. Keep going.
I think your best window at RB, and including what I expect their ADP to be, is going to be year 2. Year 2 running backs are where you can hit your, like, gold in this draft, I think. I just think, like, so many of them, like, the conversations we had about all these guys now
You're going to
apply.
say Hampton.
Yeah, Hampton, Genty, Henderson. Definitely. I think they'll all be... Genty might be in the first round, but the other two are outside the first round, and I think, like, I like them more than some potential guys who'll be in the first round.
I'm not interested in Henderson. I think Ramondre, and he's a homophobe, but Ramondre is just like...
Off the field stuff aside.
No, but I think Ramondre is going to be your RB1, or it's just going to be a true split.
Yeah. I think Travion will have enough upside this year. He's going to get... It was trending that way. He's so much more explosive
but
than
Vrabel likes Mondre.
Vrabel does like Mondre, but I do think it's going to be somewhat what you saw with Gibbs in Montgomery, where that's what it was. It was like Gibbs isn't serviceable because they love Montgomery, and then all of a sudden this past year was like, oh, Montgomery, like 8 touches a game max, and like I think that'll happen naturally if Travion keeps producing. And I think you can get... I think people are scared of that. So I think you can almost get him viewed as like the RB2 on the Patriots, but get him early. We'll see. I just think that's the sweet spot of like
3rd, 4th round.
Any of those 3 over like Saquon, Derrick Henry, these older guys who are just...
I mean, I think Gibbs and Bijan are in a tier of their own. I want one of them.
Yes, I agree. But that's 1st or 2nd pick. You're not getting them.
I think JSN or Puka is going to go before them.
I don't.
Top 5. They're a top 5 pick.
I think ADP is Bijan Gibbs 1.2 on
I think
ESPN
Puka,
by the time drafts
thought
happen.
Puka is...
Yeah, I think
Puka's number 1 right now.
They always say the receiver, and then I think people get cold feet and they realize I need to leave this round with the NARB.
In our league, a running back will go first. In my family league, a wide receiver will go first. Like, you gotta know your league.
True. It is league dependent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't hate that. I'm not in on Genty at all. I think the schedule's too hard. I draft running backs off of schedule more than any other position because of the just like if you can't get gaps in that defense or the quarterback has to throw because you're so far behind, I draft running backs based on schedule more than any other position. So that's why I'm out on Genty, because I don't think their team is good enough with the schedule they're going to have.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I think it's the same, like, you don't think that for Ken Walker. You're not worried about the schedule for Ken Walker, but, like, it's a pretty similar schedule, right?
Yeah, but I think Mahomes is a better quarterback than Fernando Mendoza, so I think the looks...
Well, it's Kirk Cousins he's got, not Mendoza.
I think Mahomes is also better than Kirk Cousins. I feel pretty comfortable saying
I do, too, but that doesn't... I mean, like, Ken Walker's not catching passes, you know what I mean? Like...
But it's how the defense plays you. Like, if you have Mahomes or Josh or Joe Burrow, the defense is going to play 2, 3, 4 high on you. They're not going to stack the box. That's why I like Chase Brown so much.
I guess that's true, but historically we haven't seen the Chiefs, like, Mahomes, the threat of Mahomes has never opened up the run game for the Chiefs. You just think Ken Walker's that different.
No, I also said earlier that I wasn't drafting Ken Walker high.
Yeah, okay.
I do think he will be better than Genty.
So that's interesting. You got Walker over Genty.
But maybe not fantasy. Like, I think Walker...
No, well, that's what we're talking. Fantasy. Who you taking first?
Neither. I'm not taking... The only AFC West running back I'm
What if it's your 3rd pick? They're both on the board.
Genty won't be there.
Yeah, but what if? Like, that's the ADP does matter. What if they fall?
Ken Walker, go get your guy.
Yeah, okay.
Go get your guy. I also think the only AFC West running back I'm even thinking about is Hampton. Because John Harbaugh is a running coach. And, yeah, and he's a better pass catcher than Genty and Walker.
You got 2 all-pro linemen coming back, too. Like, yeah, that line might look different.
And also
Hampton, I like a lot, yeah.
I think people underestimate the interior of the Chiefs line. I really put the running failures more on the coaching than I do on the line. Creed and Trey Smith are 2 of the best interior linemen in the league. I mean, Creed is unanimously considered the best center. So I think that we can run the ball really well.
I've never.
Yeah, but we run the ball 6 times a game. That's not how you get into a running game. You have to get into a pattern with running. Nobody can run the ball if you hand it off only 6 times. Yeah. So,
I guess that's the question. Like, do you think this year will look somewhat like a new version of the Chiefs we've never seen, where like the run game is prioritized?
I'm gonna say a new old. I think that Bieniemy's gonna put Mahomes under center, run the ball under center, do some boots and some deep shots off of a play action. Like, I think it's gonna be a lot of the old Bieniemy deep down the field, using the sides of the field, really getting Mahomes out of the pocket, mixed in with a better run game. So I say like a little bit of both.
Yeah, I mean, if that is the case, that's the thing. Ken Walker is somewhat sexy. Like, man,
as a third-round pick,
the Chiefs can be good. Like, an actual star running back on that team we've never seen before. Could be like the best fantasy running back.
This is the question you asked me wasn't really fair. I'm not taking Genty with my first-round pick, which is probably where he'll go. But I will take Ken Walker with my third-round pick.
Yeah.
So like where their ADP's at, I like Walker a lot more than Genty.
Yeah. But you would just rather, if they were both on the board, you would take Genty. If they were both on the board in round 1, you had to take one of them, you would take Genty.
No, I hate the Raiders so much.
Yeah, so you're lying to yourself. Exactly.
But I wouldn't take Walker either there.
Yeah. That's fair.
Like, I think this is too narrow of a question.
But so yeah, ADP does not matter for you for Genty. You're just not taking him.
Yeah, I hate the Raiders, and I think their schedule's too hard for a weak offense. The Chiefs' offense this year had really good flashes, and I think our offense got better with Bieniemy. So because of that, I expect our offense to be the best facet of the team, which means that I think they can overcome some of the schedule things that maybe the Raiders' offense can't.
Yeah, that's valid.
If that's fair.
Yeah.
I think I trust Mahomes a little more than Kirk-o-Chainz and Fernandy Mendoza. Okay, it's my turn. So actually, this is a great leadway. My final point is go get your guys. This is something Cole and I have talked about a lot. Go get your guys. Like, I love Ladd McConkey, and even though with his failings, I still went all in on him this year, had him in 2 leagues, was the 1 seed in 1, won the championship in 1. Go get your guys. I love Ladd. I love Chase Brown. I went and got Chase Brown in multiple leagues. Go get your guy. And with that, like, if you're in multiple leagues, I really believe let yourself have some crossover so you're enjoying the watching experience more. Like, if I've been in situations where my uncle loves the Chiefs, he had Mahomes and Rasheed, and then I had Mahomes and Rasheed in another league, and I'm like cheering against them but cheering for them. Like, do your crossover, reach on guys, get your guys, make the watching experience better for yourself so that you have more crossover on your team and you're cheering for your guys. That doesn't even mean your team, just guys you like.
Yeah,
I'm with that.
Yeah.
Me too. Go get your guys. That's a great. You're sitting around a table. That's a great bit. You can do that on everybody's pick after they pick. Oh, go get your guy. Yeah, people love that. That's the classic fantasy thing to say. I do love it. I mean, but every year, like, there's a moment when you can make that choice to, like, do the thing you weren't planning on, go against your gut, like.
I'm all for it. I think the team I won with is a team of guys I all really like. And I enjoy the football experience more when I have multiple players on multiple teams. So I was in a position where, like, Cole and I had a bunch of crossover, and we were like, we knew that one of us was going to win one league and one was going to win the other. We were playing each other in 2 different leagues at once, and we had essentially mixed-matched teams. Like, we knew that we would draw. My uncle loves the Chiefs. He had Mahomes, and, like, I had Mahomes in another league. It's just, go get as much crossover as you can. Make your Sundays better.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Sammy?
Yeah.
For my last point, I am all in on Tet. I think Tet McMillan is going to be...
I know you are.
I think he's going to be a top 3 receiver next year.
Wow.
I like Tet too. I'm going to put him at top 10.
Okay, I could see top 10.
It's
I would
crowded.
say, I think conservatively, in my opinion, top 5, and I would say realistically top 3.
So you'll take him with your second pick.
I would take him with my second pick.
Yeah.
I would reach 3 to 4 picks on him.
I mean, he'll probably go round 2. He had a good year.
3
Well,
to
that's
4
what I'm saying.
picks.
If I'm beginning of round 2, I would take him.
Yo,
Oh,
if you're on the end,
He was like late.
Yeah.
3 to 4 picks is not a reach in my mind. Like,
No.
that's ADP. Like, go get your
Yeah,
guy.
it kind of expands as the rounds get later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Panthers will be bad, but I think Tet is a shining star in them, and I'm with you that he's going to be top 10. Maybe not top 5, though. That's my take.
Yeah, I don't know. He just...
Hey, go get your guy.
Go get your guy, Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, just watching him
Take him
last
with
year. I
your
had him on my
first
team.
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
My-
I had him on my team last year, and just watching him, I was like, he just passed the eye test so well. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
this guy is like primed for the NFL.
Why not
and
take him with
primed
your
for a league.
first?
It's a lot of another thing to think about is sometimes guys on these high-powered offenses,
Too many mouths.
too many mouths, and you're playing with a lead the whole game, and like there is something to be said about like the Panthers are good enough that they're kind of in every game, and they're probably going to be losing a lot.
You want
like,
someone fighting for the
volume
wild
of
card.
Tet
Yes.
is massive.
Yes,
I
you
love-
want someone fighting for the wild card spot.
I love his size. I love his physicality. I
Yeah.
think he's a great. I
They're like down 10 in the fourth. You're getting a little cushion defense, but
Yeah.
like, it's just like you're eating over the middle.
Yeah,
Love
and
it.
his jump ball skills are like his contested catch jump ball skills are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Cole? Final one.
So I got, it's kind of a twofer. One, I'll just second what we have been saying. Where like ADP is semi-irrelevant if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like if you are a casual fantasy player,
Follow ADP.
ADP is your Bible. Yes. If you're not, like, I remember last year in Boys League where I was the 1 seed, so I did have an incredible draft. My one mistake cost me the championship. But it was taking Tyreek at 25, or no, at 35. He fell like 10
Yeah.
plus spots
Right,
in our
right,
league.
yeah.
He was not on my draft board. He was not on my plan, but I was like, man, the value here, I took my full 2 minutes on the clock, and I ended up going with Tyreek and going off of script, and like, it's not, it just wasn't, I knew it was bad, and it was bad. Like, I think ignore ADP.
Sometimes guys fall for a reason.
Yeah, don't fall for the fall, literally. Like, I do
Yeah.
think that is, don't trick yourself on draft day. If they're falling, there's a reason. Like, it's okay to take a guy who's 15 spots farther up the board if you believe in him.
Yeah.
And then my final actual one, which this is new for me. I am usually super anti this. Never again. Kickers win championships in
Yes.
fantasy football.
Yes.
You should leave.
I
You should be the
cannot
first
second that
person.
more.
You should be the first person to take a kicker.
Grace
in your
drafts
draft.
Brandon Aubrey in the 7th round.
And Grace wins championships.
She
And
does!
Grace is the biggest reason I'm changing my mind, honestly.
I
It's
had
like-
Aubrey last year, and my team wasn't great. It was okay.
That's probably not
Aubrey-
Aubrey's fault.
Aubrey was probably the reason I won over 50% of my games.
I mean, why not draft Aubrey before your flex? He's gonna put up 15 a game. Your flex will sometimes do 5.
Kicking is changing, and they are contributors.
And
Literally.
they're kicking 60-yarders, which is
Yes.
the same as a touchdown.
It's
Yeah, usually. Often by week 8, your flex is projected around 12 points.
8.
You're fine. I would say you want double digits, but like
Yeah.
10 to 14 is your
Yeah,
flex.
low
Like,
teens or...
you can get kickers that'll hit that on a weekly basis if you
Yeah.
go early. And like, I do think people understand their value is going up. I think this will be like the earliest for like long-term players who've been playing for 15 years. This will be the earliest we've ever seen
Okay,
kickers go,
okay,
I
Grace.
think.
Do you hear that? You're gonna have to take a kicker in like the
Gonna be
6th round.
early.
You're gonna have to
Literally.
snipe Cole on Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few. There's like 3 kickers I'd probably be happy with.
Oh,
but-
I like Fairbairn. You know I love him.
yeah, of course.
And
I'm going with Young Wei Koo.
he misses all the
Kick
time.
the turf a little bit.
I like
He's
Cam
like-
Little. Cam Little is pretty good.
Love Cam Little, yeah.
No, yeah, I'm with you. I like that. This has been a great first fantasy episode. I feel like we set a good skeleton out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Sam, thanks for joining us for our first ever fantasy football episode.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Thank you for
thank
Oh,
having me.
yes, sir. And let's see how many championships this trio can win this upcoming season.
Yeah. Won't be 0.
It
Won't
will
be 0.
not be 0. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I would put the if it's 1.5, are you taking the over or the under?
Over.
I'll take the over.
Oh,
Yeah.
easy. I might take
I'm
the
in
over.
too many leagues. Like I should win
Yeah.
1 out of 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we made money on fantasy last year, so that's the goal every year.
I'm in one league and I should win it.
Oh yes, sir. Thanks for joining us, Sammy. To all
you.
our watchers and listeners, like, rate, subscribe, and drop your fantasy questions. Peace out. Peace.